difficult for the company. The thing is that, I have a family in my Indonesia, and I have to, my wife and I go to the Singapore and Jakarta every weekend, so it's quite tough for me. If possible, I'd like you to think about the relocation of me to the Jakarta office.
So let me think about it, because you know what, our company only has budget for one expat in Jakarta.
One expat.
Yes, only one expat. So if I was to send you to Jakarta, then I would have to stay back in Singapore, and then I can only do that if I completely trust you. And so I want that to happen. I think it's the best for both of us, because I would also prefer to stay in Singapore. But for the next month, we should both work together from the Indonesian office, see how we work together, and if it works, if after this trial period for a month, you and I both feel that we can work well together and go take it forward, then definitely it is definitely one thing that I would do. I can make that happen for you.
I see.
But just to be clear, the salary would have to remain the same that it is in Singapore. You will not, which is already is already double of what is available in Jakarta. So I don't think that should be any issue.
Yeah, that is the second point. I'd like to ask you pay raise about 30%, because I'm very confident that I can create a value for the company.
Yes.
And I believe I'm better than any external consultant. So I have a huge network in Indonesia, and I'm also very proud of working for the A&M. I think you cannot. It's difficult to find such a person. So honestly, I need more motivation to work on the project, because I devoted my 15 years career in this company, and also I try to develop on the more organic way. So it's like I need more kind of if I just move to the Jakarta office, then I maybe so that I lost in the promotion, and then I don't want to be regarded as in such a way. So I definitely need more financial motivation.
Okay. Unfortunately, the current budget does not allow for that. And you said 30%. I would like to understand where did that number come from?
It's my compared to my living standard. If I want to keep the current living standard, the cost itself is I think it's in Indonesia the cost is 50% of the Singapore, but I will spend more for a personal relationship. It will come from my personal budget. Unfortunately, the company doesn't support for my activity to expand my network. That is also beneficial for you, but I have to.
I understand, but I feel 30% right now is not possible, because this is we're just getting into the country. We are on a lean machine, and I understand. As you also pointed out, the costs of Indonesia are half of what they are in Singapore. So you'd already save double by moving back. You'd also save on the flights that you have to come to Singapore for your flights. Your wife and your children come to Singapore. Then you would save on all the travel time. So think of all the advantages you get from moving to Jakarta. Don't think of it. I feel that it's already a very good opportunity for you, with double the savings, more family time, and an opportunity to really create impact in Indonesia for A&M. So I'd like you to think about those.
I think we need to find a common ground.
Yes. Unfortunately.
So how about 25% pay raise? So how much you can pay?
Actually, I think I'm telling you that currently we don't have any budget for additional salary increase. And I would, what I can promise you is that once our project takes off in 1 year, we can attach bonuses
to the company performance.
Performance bonus.
Yes. Currently, I cannot, since we don't have any budget for raise, but we can look at performance bonuses if we were to align properly and see our company doing well in the country.
So how do you determine the performance? Is there any specific criteria for?
So let's talk about criteria. Yeah, performance criteria we can do by we can match it to share prices. So we can do stock options for you.
Stock options.
Yeah.
How many options I have? No, the economic value.
So if the company does well, and then I can offer you stock options of what would be 15% of your
15%.
Yes, of your current salary.
Yeah, I expected at first 30% pay raise, but
Okay.
now it's 15%.
But think of all the advantages that you get living at home.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you said you have spent a lot of money personal for company purposes, for increasing your network. So we can also find a mechanism in which we can make those company expenses and like your dinners and drinks that you have with clients. Of course, then they have to be reasonable and they have to be accounted for in the company balance sheet. So you have to send receipts to our accountant and be ready for some scrutiny. I mean, I'm not saying that you would misuse those funds, but we have had instances of prior employees using the discretionary funds. So if you are okay with that, then we can look at making those company expenses and allow you to network as much as you want.
Okay, I understand your point, but not satisfactory to me, honestly. So,
so what else? Honestly, that's the best that I can offer. Don't think about it short term. Think about it long term. In the past 15 years, you've been working in a company, and you have created a big name for yourself in the company, and you are an Indonesian expert.
yeah.
But we definitely, like, if you are not to be happy with the current direction of the company and the deal, then we would have to look at other options. I mean, I wouldn't want to, but we might need to, because this is honestly the best deal, and I think you should feel happy with this deal, because from what my information is, that in Indonesia the salaries are half, and so if you were to go back, you would.
But compare with some external expert on the Indonesian radio, if you hire a consultant, that will be much higher than my salary, right? That is
we won't hire a Singaporean. Let's not go into the alternative. That conversation is not going to help us. So let's think about how we can make this happen for both of us.
Okay, so one thing I'd like to ask you is I need more discretionary, I need more kind of freedom to make a decision on a Jakarta office.
Okay, what kind of decision?
I mean that, I'd like to have discretionary authority to leave the local office in Jakarta office. I mean that I'm kind of separated from the Singapore office. Of course, there are some specific occasions they are work together, but basically I'd like to have more discretionary authority to.
Okay, so I understand that you would want that, but unfortunately that is not on the table, because the CEO has given me responsibility for leading the Jakarta, Indonesia operations. So I need you to understand that you would be answering to me.
It's quite difficult for me because I try to find. I have a more job opportunity. Honestly, I have a more job opportunity in Indonesia.
Okay.
So maybe it is difficult for you to accept, then I may have to find another career opportunity.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, if you want, if you feel that is the right way for your career forward, then I would encourage you to do that, because some of these are non-negotiables. Like I am at the top end of my bonus that I can give you, and the sharing of power is definitely not possible because I have been given responsibility to lead the team, and I can tell you that I'm a very inclusive leader. I always listen to the people. You can talk to the previous team that I was working with, but the final say has to be with me.
Yeah,
Like,
of course. I don't say that. I don't mean to deny your authority. Of course, I belong to your team and I'm the subordinate of you. But you know, for some non-strategic decisions, like maybe if there is some no specific acquisition target, then the company have to also think about how to grow in Indonesia in an organic way. That's what I'm thinking about it, because I know that you have expertise in M&A, but I also have expertise in such a regional knowledge. So I think I can handle that point. Of course, if there is some M&A situation, then I will follow. Of course, I will follow your instruction and work together. But maybe it is possible to more flexibly give the authority to the local people, right?
Yes, but right now we are looking at M&A. Organic growth is not on the table. Again, it's not the strategy that we want to go ahead with because it does not fulfill our requirements. So with M&A, I would want you to work with me, and you will. What we can do is we can have a weekly, or we can have twice a week phone calls to discuss the situation, and I would definitely listen to your opinion and advice, but I would make the final decision, and I will expect you to follow that decision even if it's not something that you would want. And another thing that I would have to mention here is that I do not take indiscipline lightly. So if I were to find out that you haven't gone against any of my decisions, then I will have to make drastic choices.
Don't take it negatively.
I understand. So if everything works well together, no problem. Of course, if you make the right decisions, if we talk about them, then there's no problem at all. We work together. Because I will be based in Singapore, you'll be based in Jakarta, so you will definitely be making a lot of the operational decisions in the beginning. But as long as they tie in with our strategy and as long as we discuss them, then we can work together like that.
So you mean that I can have authority to determine some non-strategic, non-acquisition decision making? I can make that kind of thing in Jakarta office, right?
Sorry?
You said that we pursue M&A, right? But for some non-strategic decision making, it belongs to me.
What kind of decisions would you be talking about?
It's like how to expand our business in Indonesia in a non-strategic way. But at the same time, I don't make sense because you don't have a specific target, it's only a long list. So if you want to accelerate the speed into crossing the Indonesia, then we have to bilaterally do the two strategies.
Okay.
Right? That's what I mean.
But so you want us to go to M&A and organic both? That's what you want? Is that what you mean?
At the same time, we can pursue both opportunities.
Yeah, but again, we don't have the budget to pursue both together. We have to choose one and recommend to the CEO. Do you not feel that M&A is possible? Do you feel that only organic will work? What are your views? Do you think M&A can be worked out or not?
But as I said, there is so many uncertainties.
But with organic also there's so many uncertainties that
Yeah.
the-
Mm.